Pardon me. I am here, folks, so I'll show you a second. That lovely picture is done by my son. Okay. So this is a song. I'm so sorry, I'm trying to maneuver around here. I'm trying to bring me sort of back on. I'm trying to maneuver around here with a walking frame, a microphone. And I'm just gonna put some lyrics in there and I will be with you. Oh man, I just realized I'm gonna have to retune. I'm not gonna retune. You're gonna have to suffer. I apologize. So this is a song. Just going through some of my old. I have 3 sets of lyrics. Well, I did have 200 now because I pull one. I don't have time to put it back, you know. Anyway, ouch. So I've just played Eye of the Needle. So I had 3 sets of lyrics. So there's a copyright pile, then there's a safety pile, and then there's all the material I played live. I had them out in the sheets. So I'm going through, because this is just so disjointed, I've been going through the live material stuff I used to play live, which is on a stool out in the kitchen. I'm sure you want to know all that. So I just played Eye of the Needle from '86, and the next one down was, that still is, called Faces That I'm Staring At. When did I write this? I wrote this in, hey there, how you doing? You having a good day? I wrote this in 1996. I mean, I still can't read it from there. So, and I just read the opening lines there, and I thought, okay, well, I mean, Donald Trump got re-elected yesterday. So this might be appropriate, but I can't remember how it went. I don't remember playing this live, but the chord changes don't seem too bad, but I can't read it. Goodness me, I mean, I'm literally here. I'm sorry about this. I remember the melody line to that. It's amazing that stuff comes back good now after 30 years, you know. 30 years? It's only 28 years. Goodness me, okay. It's got like 9 chord changes on the last line. You ain't going to hear that, folks. I'm going to have to come right up close, I'm afraid. Okay. Well, let's just do it slowly. So I don't know how it went then, but this is how it goes now. Faces that I'm staring at. At the moment, I'm staring at my own in reflection, and a very beautiful lady and my children. And if I glance upwards, I can see myself reflected in some Egon Schiele pictures that I got on the water. So it's got an intro in C. How many blindfold days must we survive? We've been through the darkness before. You say it's not the same now as it used to be. I say it doesn't seem that different anymore. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl wears a dead man's clothes. I'm wondering how fast the time goes. And in the end, it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. Windy mainstream life might still charm all your friends. I've heard it one too many times. You say you'll make it up to me if the opportunity arises. I say let the punishment fit the crimes. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl wears a dead man's clothes. And I'm wondering at how fast our time goes. And in the end, it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. Getting harder, seeing straight ahead. You're throwing so many curves my way. You say I'm not the one now. Who knows what you need? Well, I guess then I don't have anything to say. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl wears a dead man's clothes. Now I'm wondering at how fast the time goes. And in the end, it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. And the Salvation Girl wears a dead man's clothes. Now I'm wondering how fast our time goes. And in the end, it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. Okay, if you're going to play it in G, man, you need to get that string in the right place. They're coming out in sympathy, folks. I can only assume I must have played that electrically in the old days. Is it really D and not D minor? Should be D7, really. I mean, I could sing a whole lot higher back then, you know. Probably look better if you played it faster. 3/4. This is just a jam session now, folks. There you go, the fingers. Come on. How many blindfold days must we survive? We've been through the darkness before. You say it's not the same now as it used to be. I say it doesn't seem that different anymore. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl wears a dead man's clothes. And I'm wondering how fast our time goes. And in the end, it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. A winning mainstream laugh might still charm all our friends. I've heard it though one too many times. You say you'll make it up to me when the opportunity arises. I say let the punishment fit the crimes. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl wears a dead man's clothes. And I'm wondering how fast our time goes. And in the end, it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. said, you've thrown too many curves my way. You say I'm not the one who knows what you need. Now that leaves me nothing left to say. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl was a dead man's clothes. I'm wondering how fast the hard time goes, and in the end it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. Clothes, the Salvation Girl was a dead man's clothes. I'm wondering how fast the hard time goes, and in the end it all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. Faces that I'm staring at. Faces that I'm staring at. Yeah, that's probably the way it was played live. How does it play it now? I'm just going to keep going on this song here. You can turn up anytime you like. I won't be offended. Let me just stop. Come on here. It's really strange. Because I've got pictures up there drawn by my children of a rainbow and unicorns and Barry Windsor Smith portraits. And they reflect because of the light. So in one of them, I can see me now, 63 years old. And the other one, I can see me on the one up there, 15 years old on my first day in the army. So we could also do it like that. Okay, I was going to do my old folk singer style, but... How many blindfold days must we survive? We've been through the darkness before. You say I'm not the same now as I used to be. I say it doesn't feel different anymore. And it's midnight and the streets are closed and the Salvation Girl with a dead man's clothes. And I'm wondering how fast the time goes, and in the end what comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. Oh, windy mainstream life might still charm our friends. I've heard it though one too many times. You say you'll make it up to me when the opportunity arises. I say let the punishment fit the crime. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl was a dead man's clothes. And I'm wondering how time it goes, and in the end all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. It's getting harder seeing straight ahead. You've thrown so many curves my way. You say I'm not the one these days who knows what you need, and I don't have anything left to say. And it's midnight and the streets are closed. The Salvation Girl with a dead man's clothes. And I'm wondering where the time all goes, and in the end all comes down to that. The faces that I'm staring at. Yes, it's midnight and the streets are closed and the salvation goes. Dead man's close and I'm wondering fast our time goes, and in the end all comes down to that. Faces that I'm staring at. So there you go. I probably haven't played that song. I wrote that song '96. I've obviously played it live because this is well, you want to see it when I play a song live. I'm in the old days, you have to photocopy stuff, you know. And who do I know that works somewhere that's got a photocopier that's willing to go in 7 o'clock in the morning before anyone else gets in the office and photocopy off all my requirements. Hi Judy, how you doing there? And then I put the chart. Anyway, where I was going with this was I've at least sung this once live on stage, probably around '96, and maybe even just as a demo to other bands, because around that time I wasn't playing live too much, but I was still. In those days we had recording studios. These days you could make Sgt. Pepper on your telephone, but in those days you had to save up and save up and save up and make a 4-track demo and everything. And I was old then, I was very old, but the band still all wanted songs, you know. Anyone who's a long-term viewer of mine knows I'm nothing if I'm not prolific. I've finished writing songs now, and this time it's for real, folks. It's been a week now since I wrote a song. So I haven't gone 7 days without writing a song. Well, I returned to songwriting in 2020 after taking 8 years away from it to raise my children. The humorous point I was trying to make was semi-humorous to me, at least. So I hadn't sung that song in, you know, coming up for 30 years. And now I've sung it 3 times in 10 minutes. So, time, you see, it's a vague concept at best. Thank you so much for your indulgence. All the very best to you. Look after yourselves. As I keep saying, you know, look after, if we all look after each other, then that means someone's looking after us a bit. I must say a quick hi. I haven't mentioned the name. Angela Hogan, thanks so much. I've forgotten your younger sister's name. And Emily Santoyo over there in California. I hope it's nice and warm at the moment. Oh, and to my love of my life, Ruhila. Whatever happened to you, my darling?